5 historically black colleges and universities are now on alert after receiving threats.
What's up, YouTube? Drill Sergeant here. And yeah, that's correct. HBCUs on lockdown because of threats after Charlie Kirk gets shot all the way in Utah. Now, before we get the story started, I always like to remind you that your president, the raggedy-ass orange toad himself, is in the Epstein files. And he's this close to pardoning Ghislaine Maxwell, who is a convicted predator, abuser of little ones. And this story will not distract from that fact. Now the story.
5 historically black colleges and universities are now on alert after receiving threats. And I did want to share what each of these universities and colleges are sharing with the public right here. This is a social media post from Hampton University stating that the university has received notice of a potential threat and has ceased all non-essential activity effective immediately. They say the safety and well-being of our students, faculty, staff, and visitors remain our highest priority. All campus activities and classes are canceled today and tomorrow to include all athletic events and activities, and campus community is encouraged to conduct any meetings and remotely. So we are continuing to follow this. We also have a number of other tweets that I did want to share with you.
Isn't it funny? Yesterday, I said that the right was going to use this to propose violence against the left. I said that the right is going to use this to try to completely get rid of all left-wing thought, go after anybody who's funding left-wing policies, politicians, channels, media. So said, so done. But this isn't even that. This is even worse than that, YouTube. Because if you can imagine, first, look at this.
Officials just released this image. They are asking for the public's help in identifying the person of interest in connection with the fatal shooting. CNN's Nick Watt is following this breaking news.
That's the video of the guy that they suspect now. A white guy. A white guy, more than likely, because 99% of all of these type of shootings, high power rifle shootings, assassinations, are white guys on the right. 99% of them. We don't know who did this one. But this is what you have to go on so far. A white guy shoots another white guy, and the first response is to send threats to black universities. What does that tell you, YouTube? It has nothing to do with these so-called values. You knew that when they were changing them every time Trump spoke at a microphone. You knew it had nothing to do with values because they change so often. The only value, the only one value that unites all of these MAGA sycophantic, ridiculous, sister fucking idiots is racism. White guy shoots a white guy? No, first thing I'm gonna do is threaten a black university. They did it somehow. They're involved somehow. These Proud Boy wannabes living inside their mom's basement who cosplay wartime games all day but never go outside to actually do anything except go to the range absolutely can't wait to have their dick grow in their minds another couple inches by sending off some threat to some black university. They cannot wait to blame black people, to start the race war like Dylan Roof. They cannot wait to get back at all of the cool kids in school who made them look stupid because they were ocky and weird, and because they walked around all day long looking for someone to blame for their inadequacies and found that if they just blamed black guys and black girls, then they actually had company who would join them. So they use a moment like this to get their rocks off. The right wing has so dumbed down their constituents, has so miseducated them, has purposefully, through laws and statutes, turned their schools into cesspools of stupidity, systemic erasure of history, government-mandated misinterpretations of literature if they even get to read books. They have so turned their constituents into idiots and dummies that you knew they're unprepared for real life. And that's why they join cults. That's why they go immediately to violence. That's why they go immediately to racism, degenerative ways of thinking. This is who they are. And when I say they, I mean people who are triple MAGAs. People who think that praying before a football game means something, but then sending off letters to HBCUs when one white guy shoots another white guy is somehow justified. This is who you're dealing with. Here's the story. I'll let the news people tell it to you.
This from Southern University and A&M College, stating that this university also has received a potential threat to campus safety and is on lockdown. They say that the lockdown applies to the entire Baton Rouge landmass, which also includes Southern University Law Center, Agriculture Research and Extension Center, and the laboratory school. They say if you are on campus, you should shelter in place until further notice, as the university is working with law enforcement agencies. We also have a number of other posts that we want to get to. This is from Alabama State University, as it has now canceled campus activities today, stating that the campus will be closed for the remainder of the day. Campus police, along with other law enforcement agencies, are actively clearing all buildings on campus. Once your building has been cleared, it says you will be permitted to leave only through the front entrance of your building. They say this is for your safety right there. So we are continuing to follow a number of other ones, including Virginia State University, stating that this university has received a threat to campus out of an abundance of caution. VSU rather remains on lockdown. Please continue to check for updates. And this final one that I did want to bring in, this is from Bethune-Cookman University, stating that due to a potential threat to campus safety, as a precaution, the university is currently on lockdown. All classes have been canceled. Students should return to their dorm rooms and shelter in place. All faculty and staff should head home, and those not on campus should plan to work remotely. Safety, they say, is our first priority, and we will continue to provide updates. So that is the very latest as we continue to follow all of these developments right here. We are working to gather more information just in terms of what these potential threats are, but out of abundance of caution, 5 different HBCUs are on alert after threats.
Right, exactly. Here's another point. For every single person who was mad because I didn't show enough grievance for Charlie Kirk's death yesterday, fuck you every time. Because the one thing that I know to be true is that whether or not I show any grievance or not, the right is going to use, racists are going to use every single ridiculous chance and opportunity and false flag, if it's that, to hurt me. You can do that all you want to. I don't have that privilege. The one thing I know is shit always falls to the bottom, rolls downhill. And the first people who are going to be injured by Charlie Kirk's death, besides him, is me, is the people at black universities, is the racists who come out, and even the black racists who are going to come out, who have nothing to say about this guy, if it's him, and the more than likely is a white guy, because 99% of them, here, forget it, move that picture, who have nothing to say about the 99% of these type of assassinations by white guys, the black folks who love to genuflect and put Trump and other white people's cock in their pie hole, are going to find some reason to excuse it yet another time. So I don't. I suggest you don't either. I suggest that you don't let them guilt you into feeling a way that you're not. Because the correct response is, like I said yesterday, knowing that this happened, the immediate response of homunculuses who are not fully developed and who have been attacked by miseducation since the day they were born and only seek out self-fulfilling prophecies of replacement theories and who need someone to blame for their toothless lives, will always use yesterday's occurrence to hurt you. Figure it out. And this goes to my third point, that I think everybody needs to hear this, but mainly you HBCUs. Remember when all of these HBCUs stood around Trump while he signed a fake-ass executive order? Do you remember that? You should, because at that time I said, the only thing you're doing is propping up a racist who will soon destroy you. And it didn't just mean him. Trump could go tomorrow. His cankled butt, I think he just had a stroke yesterday. Corey?
Hip P. Taylor, United States Army. Leonard E. Taylor.
He could be gone anytime. The point is, the regime that put him in there are not leaving, and you standing by him and legitimizing this authoritarian, you standing by him and legitimizing racist pieces of trash who put him up as their trophy, who put him up as their idol and worshiped him. You stood there to get $1 rather than yell and scream and fight. The moral of the story is, HBCUs, they hate you. It doesn't matter who the president is, know what side you're on. Because in the end, you're the one that's gonna have to get locked down. You're the one that's gonna have to get locked down. When anything happens, when 2 white guys shoot each other, they're coming after you. When 2 black guys shoot each other, it's black on black crime and they're coming after you. When people get shot at school by white kids in trench coats who are just off the wrong antidepressant medication, they're gonna call you and say, well, what about gang violence? When anything happens, it's you, and you should know that because you're the only people that have had to get an education, start your own educational programs, your own universities and places to learn, despite them not wanting to give it to you. Next time, remember this day. It doesn't matter what the executive order is signing. Don't go there and legitimize Nazism, authoritarianism, racist propaganda, and idols held up by racists. Don't go there next time. So, read this crap. Williams and other HBCU advocates are hopeful that Trump's new executive order, which pledges to continue the White House initiative on HBCUs and the President's Board of Advisors on HBCUs, is a positive sign and the administration ultimately supports them and sees their value. You stupid regenerative disease and a virus on the black community, you. What are you doing as a president of an HBCU or a committee on it? Shut up. Fight. Fight is what you do. Fight is what you do. You don't capitulate. You don't go there. This is real. Can you imagine him saying something like that? Let's read further, YouTube. Rodriguez Murray, Senior Vice President of Public Policy and Government Affairs at the United Negro College Fund, which represents private HBCUs, said every president since Jimmy Carter has signed a similar executive order. But he believes the message is particularly powerful now because it signals to federal agencies and federal and state lawmakers that the administration doesn't view HBCUs as DEI. That's your statement, United Negro College Fund? Rather than saying, what are you talking about? DEI is important. You say, we're not DEI. Yes, master, I'll dance anytime you need. How dare you? What is wrong with you? Read this quote. To say that the National Institutes of Health is no longer interested in breast cancer or pancreatic cancers just beats my mind. DEI is not something we do here. Why not? You, like the feckless rest of the Democrats who throw LGBTQ under the bus anytime you think that you can get an extra $1 or a vote from one of these maggots, will realize one day, like the rest of us, that you will not get that from them. What you're going to get is a threatening letter and shut down your schools when 2 white people kill each other. That's what you get. Why didn't you defend DEI? You should see how many times it's written here. What does this guy say? This order is stating support for HBCUs at a time when the institutions could wrongfully be confused with DEI. This is a black guy. United Negro College Fund saying this. Murray said, making sure that there's a distinction and making sure that support is reaffirmed for us is the important thing. Is it? You sound like the house Negro. Well, making sure I can get mine is what really important. Hey, how you like these tapping shoes? They sound real nice. I'll throw some sand on the floor. Shuck and jive ass. What is it for? What is it for? What is your university there for? I hope you remember now. I hope you remember now. There is nothing you can do to change your status from DEI or black or anything else. What you are is other than. And every time you throw another other than under the bus, the reaction from me will be the same. I will not capitulate. Learn now. Sides are being drawn. The right is not playing around. They've wanted to destroy you for a long time. I hope it's clear where I stand on this. Number one, these people are homunculuses that do not have any growth in their emotional state, in their actual education as human beings. They're stunted. They're stunted by fake religion, and they're stunted by a government that gives them the entitlement and a society that gives them the entitlement that they just only need to be white. And they will use that against everything that they hate. That makes them feel better for hating rather than looking at themselves. This is the situation, and until it changes, maybe you want to fight back and help change it. You can go to my special operations team, Drill Sergeant Spec Ops. If you pass the cut, if you can be vetted thoroughly, we could use you on our team to help fight back in the shadow. Also, you need to go watch Twitch, at least sign up, become a member on twitch.tv/politicaldraindigital. Herb Digital is there. He does video games. He does politics. More importantly, we need a place to land when YouTube takes us off of here. Have you noticed? Have you noticed all the videos stop at the same number? Have you noticed that if you look up in the corner there, there's an AI restricted mode? Most of the videos that you see, most people don't see anymore. It's all on restricted mode because everybody somehow is now a kid or underage. It's the next way that they're making sure the voices don't get out. So remember that. Turn off restricted mode. Turn off restricted mode. I'm going to leave a link to someone who just explains how to do it in the comment. First of all, in the comment section, because you probably haven't seen half the videos I've been putting out. Tell your friends to turn that off. Anyway, go to Twitch. That's the place where we land when YouTube gets rid of us finally, if they ever do. And guess what? I stand with the HBCUs. I only hope now they realize that their capitulating doesn't work. All it does is embolden Nazi filth and racists. Because even when it has nothing to do with you, they're going to blame you anyway. While Tim Scott says, this is not a racist country, and he tap dances for Massa. Not here, not now. Because tomorrow we fight. Hey, yeah, you. Before you click away to watch someone unbox a tactical toothbrush, let's talk about something real. Political Drain isn't just another content mill. We're a digital front in a very real war. Not with bullets, but with ideas, with action, and with solidarity. We pair urgent news with critical education. And we build community around actual resistance, not the hashtag kind. The kind that moves. But here's the thing. None of this is free. It isn't. Behind every video is time, labor, research, and some weird guy asking if we're going to pay the hosting bill. And yeah, some of that money goes to things we can't necessarily say out loud. If you know, you know. Let's just say our special ops aren't Call of Duty LARPers. They're people making real moves to protect, uplift, and organize. You're not just funding a channel. You're funding a resistance network in a world where capital still calls the shots. Unfortunately, in a system built on artificial scarcity, even mutual aid has a price tag. And if we want to grow, If we want to win, we need your help. We need your help. So if you've got even a few bucks to spare, toss it our way. It's not for ads, it's not for merch drops, but for people making moves in the shadows so others can do it in the light. It's just us and you. So fund the mission, fund the fight, fund the future, because nobody's coming to save us. We save each other. That's how this works. Follow us on all these things you see here, and our link tree is in the description. Maybe even get some merch.